Welcome back everybody, my name's Nick930 and today marks the second day in the biggest event in all of gaming, E3. For today's video, we're going to briefly look at all of Microsoft's big announcements on stage so you guys can stay up to date on all the latest coming out of E3. And wow, I wasn't expecting Microsoft to reveal this much, so I'll try and be as brief as possible. And don't worry, I will be covering Bethesda's conference later today as well. Alright, so Microsoft kicked off their conference with exactly what I was expecting, a CGI reveal for their next big Halo game, Halo Infinite. It looks like a completely new Halo structure with actual life forms, something I don't believe we've really seen much of in the past with these games. And it looks like they're trying to open up the gameplay a bit more like the original Halo game. The end of the trailer also teased Master Chief connecting with Cortana again, which is very interesting, especially considering the ending of Halo 5. Next, Phil Spencer came out on stage and announced that they planned on revealing 50 games with 18 of those being exclusives. But as expected, this is a bit misleading. The following games are a mix of Microsoft exclusive titles that we've come to expect, and launch exclusives which will eventually find their way to other platforms in the future. And a good chunk of their 50-some games are from independent studios as well. Now there's still plenty of huge games in this conference, so let's just continue on from here. We got a new gameplay trailer for Ori and the Will of the Wisps, a side-scrolling platformer with some fantastic art design. It looks like it's been delayed from its previously planned 2018 release to sometime in 2019. From Software made a surprise announcement showing off Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. Now this is very interesting as this game was originally teased at one of Sony's shows last year, and many assumed it would either be a new Bloodborne or, more likely, a new Tenchu, especially considering the subtitle Shadows Die Twice. And what's more interesting is that during the trailer, we can see the player grappling onto a structure, which is a move that is used in Tenchu quite a bit. Perhaps this is a spiritual successor, I'm not really sure. But there was also a hint of Bloodborne in the trailer, especially when demonstrating some of the combat. It's planned for an early 2019 release on all platforms. Next, we finally got a better look at Bethesda Softworks' brand new Fallout game, Fallout 76. Fallout 76 will be a prequel game set in West Virginia and will supposedly be 4 times the size of Fallout 4. No other details were given, but from the trailer there's definitely a few new enemy types, never before seen weapons, and a much larger emphasis on color variety, something that most Fallout games severely lack. There was no word on any cooperative or multiplayer experience, like so many were guessing, so my guess is that it's not going to happen. Square Enix showed off Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, a free-to-play narrative-driven experience about a boy dealing with the loss of his mother through his imagination. It's supposedly linked to the same universe as Life is Strange and will be available to download through the Xbox Marketplace on June 26 for free. Crackdown 3 was shown off again, with Terry Crews once again narrating the trailer and showcasing a lot of crazy explosive action. The graphics don't seem to have improved much, which was my concern when they showcased the game last year, and it has been confirmed that the game will be pushed back to February 2019. I'm also a bit concerned by the serious lack of destruction, something that was originally advertised when this game was first announced with a CGI teaser trailer years ago. But we'll have to wait and see if that extra delay will get this game back on track. Nier Automata Definitive Edition was announced, with Xbox One X enhancements and all of the game's DLC included. We were treated to an actual gameplay trailer of Metro Exodus, which showed a large open world and the ability to swap weapon attachments on the fly, similar to the Crysis series. They also showed some cool new abilities like ziplining, sliding down hills, and stealth takedowns, in addition to some new enemy types. Phil Spencer announced that Kingdom Hearts 3 will also be coming to the Xbox One, and they showed a trailer that showcased previously announced Disney areas like Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, Toy Story, Hercules, and Tangled. But for some reason, halfway through the trailer, all the sound effects were cut out, and the trailer feels really off. But it's still good to see that this game is making some serious progress considering its production time. We got another look at Sea of Thieves' upcoming content. Cursed Sail should be releasing sometime in July, while Forsaken Shores will be coming out in September. They will supposedly introduce AI-controlled ships with skeleton crews, which should make the game world feel more populated and interesting, but we'll have to see if this game can recover from its shaky launch. DICE showed a short teaser trailer for their new single-player experience in Battlefield 5, but it was a very short glimpse and didn't offer much more than what we saw yesterday. We were treated to the much-anticipated new entry to the Forza franchise, Forza Horizon 4, which will feature a large open world set in historic Britain with dynamic weather and seasons that can greatly affect the world, like freezing over lakes to drive across. They also highlighted the constantly connected online experience, including public events that all players can participate in. The trailer also showed off hovercrafts and motorcycles. Forza Horizon 4 will release October 2nd, 2018 on both the PC and Xbox One, and on the Xbox One X it will offer a new 60 frames per second mode. To help push their Xbox Game Pass, Microsoft announced that you'll be able to play Forza Horizon 4 on the same day as release through their subscription service. Next up, Phil highlighted Microsoft's new incentive to expand its first-party studios by announcing that they have officially purchased Undead Labs, Playground Games, Ninja Theory, Compulsion Games, and developed a brand new studio in Santa Monica called The Initiative. We got another look at Compulsion's procedurally generated and unique experience, We Happy Few, which appears to have come a long way since the last time I gave the game a try in Steam Early Access. They plan on releasing this game August 10th, 2018. Microsoft showed another trailer for PUBG, where Bluehole announced that the island map would be releasing in 2018, along with the new War mode, and there will be new weapons like the Riot Shield. They also teased a new winter map coming this holiday season. Microsoft showed off a brand new remaster of the classic JRPG game Tale of Vesperia, which will be coming this winter. The Division 2 was officially shown off with an impressive gameplay demo that felt a lot like the original demo for the Division 1 a long time ago. The gameplay footage showed off some new weapons, some new enemy types, and a brand new Washington DC locale. The game also appears to take place in the spring or summer, which is an interesting change considering how iconic the snowy New York streets were to the franchise. Microsoft then detailed their focus on Xbox Game Pass, with some planned improvements to the installation speed of their games, in addition to a large assortment of existing titles planned to be made available through their program, including Halo the Master Chief Collection, Fallout 4, The Division, and Elder Scrolls Online. They also confirmed that Forza Horizon 4 and Crackdown 3 will be available to Game Pass users at release. Microsoft continued by showcasing a montage of indie titles, which is where a bulk of their 50 games they mentioned earlier are coming from. Crystal Dynamics showed off a gameplay trailer for the next installment of the new Tomb Raider reboot, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. The trailer showed off some new abilities like inverted rock climbing, rope swinging similar to what we had in Tomb Raider Anniversary, and new stealth options like dirt camouflage. There also appears to be more animal enemies, tombs, and puzzles, which I'm happy to finally see return to the franchise. The game will be releasing September 14, 2018 to all platforms. We then got a very interesting new skateboarding video game that looks practically indistinguishable from the very much requested Skate 4, titled Session. No other details were given. There was another trailer for the MMORPG The Black Desert. I'm not quite sure if this is a new game or some sort of expansion, so if any of you guys are fans of the series, feel free to let us know in the comment section. Devil May Cry 5 has also officially been announced, a game that has been on hiatus for 10 years now. We were only treated to a CGI trailer, but it's likely we'll be hearing more details from Capcom soon. It looks like there's a new expansion to Cuphead coming in 2019 that features a new female playable character, in addition to a new island with new bosses and some new weapons. Tunic, the isometric Zelda-looking game that was shown off at the PC Gaming Conference at E3 2017, was shown off again with a new trailer, and it looks just as cool as I remember it looking. It looks like it's been delayed from its planned 2018 release time to sometime in 2019. Jump Force, a sort of crossover fighting game featuring hugely popular anime characters, was announced and will be coming to Xbox in 2019. Dying Light 2 was then shown off with a brand new focus on impactful choices and a demonstration on how choices can drastically change the game world. Now, I'm usually skeptical when developers boast about a feature like this, as they're usually severely limited, but based on what they've shown so far and their great success with Dying Light, I'm willing to bet they can make a more compelling choice-based narrative. The gameplay demo also showed off new parkour abilities like swinging from ropes and sliding down cloth banners with a knife. There also appears to be a more densely populated city environment with actual vehicles, something that wasn't really featured much in the original Dying Light. Battletoads was teased and will be coming to Xbox in 2019, complete with 3-player couch co-op. Just Cause 4 was announced with a new gameplay trailer that showed off tons of action and gigantic tornadoes. It'll come to all platforms December 4th, 2018. Gears Pop was announced as a sort of middle finger to fans who are waiting for the inevitable Gears of War 5 reveal, and then they briefly talked about Gears Tactics, a PC turn-based strategy game based on the Gears of War universe. But thankfully, Microsoft quit teasing and finally showed off the brand new entry to the Gears franchise, Gears 5. Gears 5 will have you playing as Kate, a side character from Gears of War 4, as you search for the answers to her past relation to the Locust Horde. Gears 5 is aiming for a 2019 release date. And as Phil Spencer was wrapping up the show, talking about how they're planning on making a new Xbox, CD Projekt made a surprise introduction and showed off a brand new trailer for their much anticipated sci-fi RPG game, Cyberpunk 2077. which featured a bright and sunny metropolitan area with too many sci-fi details to really break down here. Still no concrete release date for this one, but at least it's not being abandoned. And that was it. Microsoft delivered one of the most dense conferences I've ever seen. Game after game, and every single one of their biggest and most popular exclusive franchises were mentioned in some way or another. So it's great to see Microsoft understands that Xbox owners are craving games and that they finally plan on delivering. And we had some cool surprises along the way, like Dying Light 2, and of course, another peek at Cyberpunk 2077. So what do you guys think? Which announcements have you the most excited? Let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos of E3 2018 all this week.